What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte gave his reaction on Anthony Joshua losing. Okay, his reaction to the loss, his comments were interesting. He said that he thought that Anthony Joshua was under a lot of pressure, and since he was a lot of pressure, he was out of his comfort zone. He wasn't he wasn't really motivated to be there. Like he didn't want to be there at all. He also said that Anthony Joshua wasn't where he could get his drug exemption drugs. Like there was a rumor that was sent out due to certain athletes that can take performance enhancing drugs legally by a confidentiality act or whatnot. I forget the term, but I read up on it, and I really didn't want to spread it simply because it was nothing confirmed, but it was interesting nonetheless. And Dillian Whyte was convinced that Anthony Joshua was on performance enhancing drugs. Just giving you guys a backstory. And I'm explaining to you this backstory because of the reason why he felt rather that Anthony Joshua lost. Because one thing about performance enhancing drugs, if you're on like extra testosterone and then you wean off of it, you go through withdrawals, and then they make you uninterested or not, or kind of down, because you don't have that drug in your system pushing your body, pushing your system to affect the way your body should work on this drug. If you don't have it, your body's gonna be suffering from the lacks of it. Okay. Now he said because he wasn't on the juice, he was off the juice. That's why he lost. That's why he was acting the way he was, because in London he could get all the drugs that he wanted. He couldn't do that in the United States. It was a different platform, different rules, and therefore he could not get them. That's why he felt he lost. That's why he felt that he was disinterested. And because he was disinterested, and because he didn't have the juice in his system, he wasn't able to perform, or he didn't have the attitude or the energy to perform like he normally does in other fights. Now, the thing about Dillian Whyte is, he has his own set of rules or whatnot, and God only knows where he gets his info from. But we do know that Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, they have beef. Okay, they are true rivals. Okay, they have actually fought twice. Dillian Whyte beat Anthony Joshua in the amateurs, and Anthony Joshua beat Dillian Whyte in the pros. Right, so these guys have been going back and forth. You could tell when they were at the same venue after the Chisora knockout by Dillian Whyte in the 11th round, and the way they were talking to each other, or the way Dillian Whyte was actually talking to him. So they don't have good things to say about each other, but one thing about Dillian Whyte, he's going to speak his mind. That's what I like about Dillian Whyte. That's why I'm sharing it with you guys, because he's hell-bent that AJ was on the juice until he came to the States, and then while he was over here training, he was not able to get those particular drugs. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, if they were giving him drugs, wouldn't he have enough? If they were giving him illegal drugs, wouldn't he have enough drugs to take legally? I mean, it's reaching, it could be. But then again, I'm not a professional fighter, so I don't hear all the rumors and know of any inside intel that other fighters may have, about, the black market and what can you get and what type of drugs you can, get a hold of that can help you train better or whatnot. And I don't know. It's just performance enhancing drugs to me, honestly. It's a way of cheating, but it doesn't necessarily clarify or determine if you're a winner. It doesn't make you a winner if you're using performance enhancing drugs. I keep telling people, just like you can't be jacking extra testosterone and not work out. You still got to do the work. You know what I mean? You still have to. That just gives you the energy to do something that you probably couldn't do, or you couldn't recover as fast if you weren't on this particular PED or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you still have to do the work. So it is not a guarantee that you're going to be a winner by taking these type of substances. You know what I'm saying? So what Dillian Whyte was saying, like, hey, he was off the juice, or he was off the juice, and and that's why he lost. That's why Andy Ruiz was able to take advantage of the withdrawal state that Anthony Joshua was in. So it's very interesting, and then there's this deal about the IBF thinking about stripping Andy Ruiz. So, that could be a way for him to get one of those belts, because it's a beautiful time in the heavyweight division, believe it or not, because now you have new players in the game. You have a guy that people shunned and didn't even think that he's supposed to even have this opportunity, and he took this opportunity and he landed pay dirt, people. So, that and it only piques interest on what he can do with the other top fighters. Was it just a fluke? Was it because Anthony Joshua had a concussion and he couldn't, or he was in a bad mental state because of a concussion, or a mental state altogether? So we just have to see. But I would love to see Dillian Whyte fight one of these guys. I would love to see Dillian Whyte fight Ruiz. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. I would love to see these fights. All these fights have to happen. Let's make the heavyweight division exciting again, and it looks like it's coming to the forefront. It's just we have to get past all these networks. But anyway, back to Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, that was his hypothesis on the reason why Anthony Joshua lost. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Dillian Whyte's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys have been Counterpunch. Peace.